Oh my God. So I've never done a live stream at all. And I haven't done a video in a long time. Just haven't had time, been real busy since moving here. Anyway, thought that this might be a good little easing back into things. Maybe somewhat, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys, we can talk about whatever you guys want to. I was thinking of just talking about what I've been up to since I don't know if I think that I showed that there's like 4 people watching this so far. Travis is the only one who said anything. But yeah, I moved to California from Florida recently, about 5 months ago, right around the time I put up my last video, and just been really busy. I Hey yo, oh hey, Damon Sage. How's it going? Yeah, so I moved here. I was just kind of bored with things in Florida, I guess. For the past few months, I've been working at a winery, actually, which is something I never thought I'd wind up doing at all. But that's been really cool. I'm actually drinking a little bit of the wine from the winery I work at tonight. This isn't. Here's the bottle here. This is not one that I made. This is from 2012. So the 2018 version of this, if you guys come across it, that'll be one that I had made. But anyway, and I'm over at my buddy's house right now, so he doesn't have any wine glasses, so I'm drinking out of this beer glass here, but whatever. A good year, yeah. Do you drink wine, Travis? I don't even know if you're joking or if you actually do drink wine. But yeah, what have you been up to, Travis? I know we've talked over text a little bit, but sounds like, yeah. Yeah, well, we do get to drink quite a bit on the job, actually. We have lunch about an hour and a half or so, hour and a half long lunch every day. And we get real nice food, and they always bring in like 4 or 5 different bottles of wine for us all to drink while we have lunch. Some of them sometimes are made there at the winery. Sometimes they're just from all over the place, all over the world. That one of the winemakers might have just wanted to bring in and have everyone try. A lot of times they'll kind of hide the bottle, like cover it up with a paper towel or something, and have everyone taste it and try and guess what it is. So that's pretty cool. So we do get kind of drunk on the job, but it's pretty great job. I was kind of thinking about doing a traveling winemaking thing where I would go to New Zealand and Australia here in January, but I think I'm going to try and settle down here in San Francisco for a while instead. Anyway, that's kind of a little bit of what I've been up to, but I also have been buying a bunch of records, so I've got a massive, huge stack of records here that are just piled up. If you see, that's some of them at the house that I haven't even opened, and honestly, it's been so long. It's been a couple weeks, and I've ordered so much that I've forgotten what a lot of those probably are, honestly. So it's going to be kind of a live reaction, and I've got a couple of CDs and cassettes as well over here. So I don't know, I thought it might be kind of fun to, yeah, let's go through all those. I thought it might be kind of fun to open those just as something to do, and if you guys see anything that you are familiar with, you can tell me what you think about it. A lot of these are probably going to be things that I haven't listened to that much yet because I just got them in. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I think we're at like 3 viewers now. It says. I don't know if maybe we should wait a little while at least. See if some more people come in. I don't know. In the meantime, though, you guys tell me. What you guys have been up to, or what some of your albums are that you've been listening to lately, maybe? Or maybe a concert you went to recently that you really liked. Whatever, all the above. I already lost one viewer, so that's great. Magic the Gathering. Travis has been playing Magic the Gathering lately. Yeah, you did tell me about that. I used to play that back in the day when I was, oh my gosh, I don't know, around 14 years old. I kind of started getting big into Magic the Gathering. Oh my gosh, Eric Bauer. Hey, how are you doing, Eric? Wow. Buying. Yeah, buying. Man, I got overwhelmed with that stuff. There was just so many cards, and people had these crazy complex decks built out of cards I had never even heard of. I just got discouraged. I knew I'd never be able to compete on their level. And then also when my mom found out about it, because, you know, I've mentioned before in some of my videos, but I grew up in a very religious family. Where's the metal? Magic the Gathering. Oh, we'll talk about metal. No, don't worry, we will. But yeah, my mom really wasn't into the idea of me playing that card game anyway, so yeah, whatever. Yeah, as far as metal, I was just showing them this gigantic stack of records here that I've got in the mail that I have not even opened out of their shipping packaging. So, and I've honestly forgotten what a lot of those might be. That's a couple weeks worth, and I've got a couple CDs and cassettes as well. Yeah, that's that's a stack. Yeah, so I don't know. I thought it might be kind of fun to open those and just kind of react. Because, like I said, honestly, I'm going to be a little bit surprised as far as what I pull out of there. And a lot of it's probably stuff that I haven't listened to all that much. You know, so I might not have a whole lot of insight into some of them or most of them. But if you guys are familiar with any of them and have anything you want to say, please do. I'd love to talk about them. But yeah, I thought that might be cool. Looks like there's about maybe 4 of you in here. So I guess let's go ahead and open the first one on the stack here. I'll also try not to be an idiot and show off the mailing address here. But got some stuff from, Mournful Congregation. I have the Incubus of Karma album. I have that on vinyl. I got that way back. I pre-ordered that. So I already have that. I showed that actually in my last video, my mid-year best albums of the year video. I showed off that record. I want to get their new one that they have up for pre-order. I forget. I think it's Book of Kings. $20 spin just put up a pre-order for a vinyl reissue of that. So been wanting to pull the trigger on that as well, but haven't yet. So there won't be any Mournful Congregation in this, but I do have a couple Mournful Congregation records and a few CDs already, but nothing that'll be in this stack. All right, let's see what this first one is here. Yeah, and you guys can go ahead in the chat here. Tell me, like I said, maybe some of the things you've picked up recently, or a show you've been to, or an album that you've been listening to lately, new or old, doesn't matter. Just something you've been into. Or if you have any questions about, like I said, I just moved to San Francisco, so any questions about all that, yeah, I'm willing to talk about it. What do we got? Whoops, let me try not to pull the camera off. Hope to see some Sade. Is that what you're saying there, Eric? Oh, let me catch up on the chat here a little bit. Mournful Congregation, what is this? Oh, wow, Travis, you still haven't listened to Mournful Congregation. All right. Well, I honestly am not even after all the time we've talked, I'm really not even sure how into kind of funeral doom and death doom type stuff you're really in. You really are. But yeah, it's from the Incubus of Karma album. It's pretty different from what you might expect from a funeral doom. It's not like the crushing, like kind of where it sounds like a gigantic ocean wave crushing down on you, devouring you. Doesn't really have that kind of a feel. It's I don't know. The guitar work in it is just a lot more. I saw people like saying it was like Yngwie Malmsteen funeral doom, which honestly I've never really listened to that guy's music, so I can't tell you how accurate that is, but I do know that's something that people have called it. But definitely is not what you normally would expect of the the crashing ocean threatening to swallow you up kind of sound from funeral doom. It's pretty unique from what I've listened to anyway. All right, let's see what this first one is here. Drug it on long enough. Oh, all right. So this is not a metal album actually at all. This is some dungeon synth right here. And I have not listened to this at all. I bought this completely blind. So if any of you guys are familiar with this, you can tell me what you think of it. But this is Morning, 1996. Hopefully one of you guys has heard this. Love you some dungeon synth. All right, well, I have heard very praise of this album right here. So if you do like dungeon synth, I would say check it out. I personally am a big fan of Sequestered Keep, and Fife. Those are a couple that I really like. I know a lot of people really like Old Tower. That one hasn't really clicked with me just yet, but I really wanted to check this one out. I think the band is called, or the project, whatever, is called Morning. I forget what the album is called. Maybe it's just called 1996. But it's got here you go, side A. I probably can't even read that. Side A, it's got Forest of Eternity, Depth of the Ocean. Side B has Spheres, Morning, and Dreams. So I don't know if the album is Morning or the band is Morning. Like I said, these are going to be things I'm opening pretty blind that I might not even know that much about. Hell, holy crap, Marty Worm's in here. Just got that CD not long ago. I still haven't even listened to this yet, Marty. Haven't listened to it at all. I just bought it out of curiosity and seeing people. I don't even remember who all it was that I saw talking about it, but I saw some people really giving it high praise that I trust the opinions of, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger. Haven't listened to this yet because since moving, I still haven't got my record player or any of that set up, so hopefully soon I'll try and give this a listen. But yeah, that's the first thing. I was showing them before you came in. I've got a big stack of records here that I've ordered over the past couple of weeks that I'm just going to try to go through. I figured maybe that would fill some space and get things back into breathe a little bit of life back into my channel here, I guess. Wow. All right. Chat's going off here. Great album. Just got the CD. That's it. Depressive Silence. That's it. Thank you, Marty. That's right. A lot of folks claim it's pretty influential. Okay. 2018 is definitely those genres and really mostly okay, I missed what you were saying. Total stranger to Dungeon Synth, but did listen to Mortis Crypts of the Wizard about 3 times at work today. Wow. Well, what did you think of it, Eric? I know that, Mortis is like the forefather, the granddaddy of Dungeon Synth, is, as I understand anyway, but I've honestly never listened to it, so I'd love to hear what you thought about it when you did listen to that stuff. Oh yeah, Marty and Eric are absolutely great, man. Two legends of the YouTube, just music in general, but especially metal and punk. Yeah. Really glad we have them around making videos, making these archives of their videos for us all to dig through and learn so much from. All right, so next up, I went ahead and threw that one aside, but if you guys want to talk any more about it, please go ahead, because I'll read through this chat after all this is over. Next one up, this is kind of a thick box, so there might be a couple of things in here. I've never done a live stream before, so I'm like struggling to keep up with you guys. And like I was telling them earlier, I'm drinking this this wine here because, again, like I was telling them a little bit ago, since moving here to San Francisco, I picked up a job at a winery, and so this is one of the wines we make there. So, and earlier today, I got a wisdom tooth removed. Literally just a few hours ago. Had never had a wisdom tooth removed in my life. So I was quite a bit nervous about that, but no worries whatsoever. I have absolutely no pain. It wasn't impacted or anything, so I guess I got lucky, but yeah, completely fine. I didn't even get put under or nothing. Yeah, the thick box. All right, here we go. Let's open box number 2. Hopefully there's a couple things in here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading back over you guys' chat, because this is kind of tough to keep up with while trying to keep moving along with opening things so that you don't get bored. Let's see. Are you on drugs right now? I am not on drugs right now. They gave me some hydrocodone, but I haven't even used it. I haven't used any kind of painkillers, nothing at all whatsoever. So, haven't had any issues at all. Maybe it'll be sore tomorrow. I don't know. But so far, completely fine. Looks like I still need to cut a little bit of the tape here. Marty, how have you been, by the way? Wow. Oh, I had a question for you. I saw that Nordvis was reissuing the Grift Signer album on vinyl. Are you going to be putting that out on Bindrune as well? Because I saw that Nordvis posted about it, a pre-order for it, so I went over to the Bindrune web shop to see if the pre-order was up there, and I didn't see it. So yeah, hopefully you guys have it there too, because I'll buy that the instant you put that on pre-order. Because I have become a massive fan of Grift after that last album. And been needing to go back and check out some of the past stuff. Not putting it out, may get some. Okay. Yeah, well, hopefully you do get some. If not, I guess I'll just pay that Nordvis shipping price. But let me know if you think you are going to get some, and I'll wait. Because I'd definitely like to buy it from you. Alright, let's see. What have we got? Also, I apologize if there's like a whole lot of noise coming through in the microphone. If there is, let me know, and I'll try to see what I can do to maybe reduce that a little. Wow, they really taped this thing up in here. So it was in that big thick box, and then inside of that box, it's in this big white envelope, and it may just be one album, honestly. Let's find out. Gosh, I feel like I'm taking forever opening these things. Not really fond of Dungeon Synth. Oh no, it's fine if you're not into it. I feel like it appeals more to people who grew up playing like NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis RPGs, and maybe got together with groups of friends and played Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. It just really, really reminds me of all that stuff personally. I grew up on that stuff. Absolutely was like a huge part of my identity growing up and everything. So it really resonates with me. Yeah, Cobalt. Cobalt is one I've seen you talk about, Travis, that I really need to check out. And actually, this unboxing, it is a couple of albums. And it's 2 that I honestly haven't listened to that much. And I bought around Halloween. And Travis, you should especially appreciate these. These are the recent Acid Witch releases. This is the new one, the Evil Sound Screamers. And then I also bought Witch Tanic Hallucination, specifically because I think, Travis, you said this one was, I think, possibly your favorite album of all time. So went ahead and grabbed that up also, and I just wanted something to play around Halloween. Figured if I ever, have a place and there's trick-or-treaters going around, I'd just blast this on the record player and scare the shit out of them, maybe. Could be cool. Supposedly, these are on candy corn vinyl, so I'll go ahead and show them, I guess. But I was seeing some pictures of them, and I think one of them, the candy corn didn't quite turn out the way I was expecting it to. But let's see how it actually looks here. That was one of the reasons I also wanted to do it, was because of the candy corn vinyl. I know this is kind of a divisive band, I guess, but... So here's the one. This is the latest one. Evil Sound Screamers. Yep. This is the one I feel like it didn't quite turn out the way they were saying with the candy corn, because the part that's supposed to be orange is actually red. So it doesn't really look like candy corn, but it does look like candy. So, I guess it works. To an extent. But glad to have it. And this latest one here, Evil Sound Screamers, honestly, even though I haven't listened to really any of these much at all, this one I've listened to the most, and probably only the first few songs off it, but, given the right mindset going into it of Halloween music, I think it works, in my limited listening. I think this one actually looks a lot more like candy corn, the Witch Tannic Hallucinations. And this is a gatefold, so that's nice. There we go. And I think, Travis, you were talking about getting a back patch even of this. Or Acid Witch. I don't know if it was this album art. But, let's see. Let's see how the colored vinyl turned out on this one. Yeah, there we go. That's much more. And it doesn't really look... Doesn't do it justice, I don't think, with my camera, but that's the candy corn vinyl. That's more like what it's supposed to look like, I think, as far as the colors go. What did we say? Witch Tannic rules, but my fave is the split with Nunslaughter. Really? Okay. Alright, well, I'm glad that you like Witch Tannic, and I'm glad that you are into Acid Witch. That's encouraging them as just a... Halloween band or whatever. But honestly, I don't care. I love Halloween, and I would love to have some music to play around that time, at the very least, to fit the spirit of the season. Looks like I'm getting a little bit of a connection issue here. Yeah. Creepy is the split, and it rules. I will definitely check that out. That'll be, I guess, the next pickup. If I pick anything else up from them, I guess I'll make it that, because I think the only thing I don't have at this point is Stoned. So unless you tell me Stoned rules as well, maybe I'll pick that one up too. But the next one I get, I guess, will be Creepy after I give these two a bit of time to digest. Okay, next up. No clue what's in this one either. Let's move on along. I hope this isn't completely boring for you guys. Like I said, I've never... And I'm probably just talking way too much. But I'm not sure quite how to do one of these live streams. I don't want it to get just dead and boring if I don't talk, so... I like Stone more than Evil Sound Screamers. Yeah... Okay, I could see that. I mean, from the few tracks I listened to from Evil Sound Screamers, it wasn't even super metal-y, but it was very Halloween-y. So that was the main thing I was going for with it. I honestly don't care that much if it's, super metal. I just wanted something that was very Halloween, and that's what Screamers sounded like. So if the other ones are as well, great. So this next one isn't really metal either. Makes you feel like you haven't gotten anything in the mail in a grip. Yeah. Okay, so this next one, like I said, isn't really Halloween either, or isn't really metal either. But this is the new album by Daughters. I actually bought tickets to see these guys live here in San Francisco just this past Sunday. There were two shows. There was Dispirit was playing in Oakland, and Daughters was playing in San Francisco on the same night. And I bought tickets to both shows. And I had originally planned on seeing Dispirit because they were opening at their show in Oakland, and then I was gonna jump on an Uber back over to San Francisco and try and catch Daughters because they were the headliners for theirs. But when kind of came time to do the deed, I guess, I don't know, I was just feeling lazy and was kind of curious to see what the other bands sounded like that were playing after Dispirit. So I wound up not even going to see this band, even though I bought the ticket. But this is Daughters. This is their new album. Everyone's been, well, a lot of people have been raving about it. You won't get what you want. There you go. It's interesting. This is my introduction to them, so I'm not like, yeah, Dispirit was great live. I bought a T-shirt from Dispirit and 4 cassettes when I saw Dispirit live, and I'm really, really liking their newest album. If you haven't checked it out, they just had an album came out this year, and I'm a big fan of that one. So let's see. Never listened to them before Daughters. Yeah, it's not metal. It's very kind of a downward spiral, 9 Inch Nails with a bit of maybe punk. Yeah. Well, the thing about Dispirit, Eric, I think you have to, unless you want to buy it off Discogs, he doesn't like selling his stuff online, so you have to like see him at a show. I'm sure you know all this, but you have to go to a concert in order to buy their albums, and they're only on cassette. So, which is honestly kind of cool. It could, yeah, yeah. I kind of like that about it. I'm glad that there are some bands that do things like that still. Obviously I'm glad not everyone does, but it's cool having some, and it fits, I think, the sound and the style of Dispirit, to do it that way. So that's cool. You would know. Oh yeah, Travis, you never go to concerts. Well, I could go to a concert and buy one for you and mail it to you if you just told me ahead of time. But they play here all the time, apparently. I offered to pick up Ben Brain Smasher, one of the cassettes, while I was there, but I think he was in bed already when I sent him the message. But okay, so here's the Daughters album. They're pretty cool. Like I said, kind of 9 Inch Nails-y, industrially. It's on a colored vinyl, kind of a white with gray. Hopefully that shows up. It's kind of a, I don't know, like a marble effect going on. Pretty cool. Really depressive. I know probably a lot of people aren't a big fan of Anthony Fantano Needle Drop, but he really did do a good job, a good video talking about this album, I think. So, I don't know. Check that out, I guess. I'm sure you probably have already, but yeah, it's cool. This is my introduction to him, so I'm not super familiar. I've listened to it a few times, and I like it, but I'm not quite sure yet if I love it. I've got to listen to it some more. Wyatt just showed his copy of The Daughters, and his description in no way matches yours. Really? He didn't say it was like Downward Spiral at all? Man, like the first track on this totally starts out like in the first track he does like that kind of the guy with the gasping, kind of like he's just heaving, like a gasping heaving sound, which is exactly the way that Downward Spiral does from 9 Inch Nails in that opening track. But to be fair though, the Downward Spiral intro track is just kind of an intro track and then it goes on. This is kind of integrated into a longer song, but like, I don't know. That's definitely what it reminded me of. And it's definitely kind of industrially, and it definitely reminds me more of 9 Inch Nails than something like Skinny Puppy or KMFDM or, whatever. He wasn't even thought with it. Yeah, maybe. But I don't know. Check it out. I think it's cool, Eric. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I know you're kind of into industrial. I know you really like Youth Code, and I think you liked Leather Strips and a few others. So yeah, I'd really love to hear what you think about it, because like I said, I do like it, but I don't know Yeah, well, I'm 33, so I'm a little bit older, I think, than Wyatt. But I remember when I first got into industrial music and KMFDM, I used to buy their CDs from pawn shops because back then you couldn't just get everything streaming online. The only way to listen to a new KMFDM album was to buy a CD. So I used to ride my bike around town in Oklahoma City, all over the place to different pawn shops, specifically just going to pawn shops, looking through their CD selection to try to find KMFDM albums because I was that obsessed with them. This was back when I was like 14 years old. So yeah, KMFDM, massively influential, important band for me growing up. Before them, I think I did a video talking about this, but before them, I really was just listening to like classic rock shit, like Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin. I went from like Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin to, what is this? Held for review. Yeah, let's show your comment. Apparently it wants me to approve your comment, Eric. Juke Joint Jezebel blew up. Now when I hear their name, that fucking song gets... Wow! Man, that album is the one that did it for me. Like, that was my introduction to them, which is probably not surprising because it's probably the introductory album for a lot of people. Angst is another favorite. Everyone seems to love Angst. It seems to me that people are split between their favorite as whether it's Angst or Nile, which is the one with Juke Joint Jezebel on it, which is my introduction. I think both albums are great. Great albums. Nile and Angst. Yeah, and then a lot of people really like the one that everyone refers to as Symbols with the bomb on it and all the little, like, symbols on it, like curse word symbols beneath it. A lot of people like that one. I like songs off of that, but as a whole, I like Angst and Nile better. And honestly, I really love Adios. I think Adios is top 3 of all time KMFDM album. And that was the one that came out in 1996. I think right around the time of Columbine when the guy was wearing one of their shirts, and so they got a bunch of bad publicity over that and kind of broke up for a while. But yeah, KMFDM Sucks is an awesome song. I've seen KMFDM live, and they're a lot of fun live. And then, Skinny Puppy fucking rules. Skinny Puppy, his song on the Adios album I was talking about from KMFDM, he does vocals on a song called Full Worm Garden, which is one of my favorite KMFDM songs ever. It's so good. Frontline Assembly, yep. Yeah, Frontline Assembly's great. I also really like, as far as a more recent KMFDM album, their WTF album is really, really good too. But yeah, all right, let's move on. Let's open another album, another record here. Let's see what we got. You guys can keep talking about that, though, by all means, and I'll definitely read it. But I just don't want anyone to get bored with me just sitting here. But I guess the point, this is kind of a hangout in a way with one person and my my chat audience. Oh, shit! Okay, so this is Squalus. Wow, I didn't expect that this would be here already. So this, if you guys are familiar with Giant Squid, Squalus is kind of basically the new project from the band Giant Squid, minus the wife. God, I'm blanking on her name right now. The wife of the vocalist. She played cello and I think also violin and did some vocals as well for Giant Squid. She went on to do the Gracian band, and then the other members of Giant Squid formed Squalus. And this is basically an album kind of loosely based on the Jaws movie. And I've listened to it a few times. It's a little, it's definitely a Jaws album. But I actually bought this after meeting up with Aaron John Gregory, the vocalist of this band, and Giant Squid, and Karada. Aaron John Gregory. Yeah, I met up with him over in Oakland, was talking to him, super awesome dude. Hung out with him for a couple hours, bought a shirt from him. He gave me like a book that he did like all the illustrations for, because he's like super into like old ancient sea creatures, extinct, you know, sea creatures and whatnot. And he legit does drawings and like scientific books, you know, for them. But anyway, just an obsession of his. And after talking to him, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to buy that Squalus album. So I did. And here it is. So I got to listen to it more. I really like some of the songs on here. Other ones I'm not so sure about yet, but it's a fun album. And yeah, if you're into Jaws, if Travis, it looks like that's got you excited, maybe you'll enjoy it even more because of that. But yeah, it's absolutely built around that. You got let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Well, their latest, they just did a split called "We're Gonna Need a Bigger Boat" or something like that. So yeah, it's that's what it's all about. There you go, Swallows. And that's supposed to look like, you saw the record I showed. It's supposed to look like blood in the water, I think is what they call that color variation that I got there. But pretty cool. Listen to this. I think I like Giant Squid better. And I absolutely love the latest Karada album, but we'll get into that in another video. Let's see what's up here next. Give a cursory listen to him. No, not Sausage. Oh, you guys are talking about the industrial band Sausage. Yeah. I thought you were misunderstanding me saying Squalus, but yeah, I know Sausage. I know that band. Oh, Squalus. Well, there is a band called Sausage. Actually, now that I'm saying it, I don't remember for sure that it's an industrial band. I think it might have been a side project of freaking the guy from Primus, Les Claypool. I think he had a band called Sausage. Maybe you guys can tell me if I'm remembering that correctly. And I think I did briefly listen to him back in the day. Oh, hey, look at this. Here's a package from you, Marty. Here's the new Nashachwan reissue CD here. I haven't listened to this at all, but I'm really looking forward to that, because I absolutely loved that Heart of the Akamon, or Akamon, I forget how you say it, album from, 2015. Man, that album fucking ruled. So really looking forward to listening to that. That was absolutely top 20, at the very least, probably top 10 from 2015 when that album came out for me. Which I think 2015 was a really, really great year music-wise. And then I also, in that same package, got this from you, Marty. This is Paths. If you guys are not familiar with Paths yet, this is Panopticon, the guy from Panopticon, Austin Lunn. This is another project of his, and I forget if there are other people in this one. I think there's other people in this with him as well. But yeah, really, really great. I've listened to this a couple times, but not enough. Not enough to really form an opinion, and I briefly had checked out, I think, some of the previous stuff from Paths, but not enough to really, again, have an opinion on it. But I'm sure it's great, because, you know, if Austin Lunn's doing it, it's going to be worthwhile. And, I think this is on a colored vinyl, which I don't think I even showed. So yeah, there we go. Nice red vinyl. So thanks a lot for this, Marty. Yeah, Les Claypool was in a band called Sausage. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Damn, I'm behind 2018, new Nashachwan. Well, it's not new Nashachwan. This is like a reissuing collection of, I think, some of their old material. I do think Nashachwan might be working on some new stuff, though. I don't know. I think some other people on Bind Room might be working on new stuff, but I don't know how, like, okay it is to talk about anything, so... Unless Marty's here, he can chime in and say otherwise, but... Yeah. It's not... Yeah, not a new Nashachwan album. It's re-releasing a collection, I think, of some of their older stuff. Yeah, 10-year anniversary. There you go. Rare tracks. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to digging into this. for sure. Because man, that Heart of the Archimon album was just perfect in my eyes. Ackerman, I don't remember how you say it. There you go. Went ahead and opened it. There's the CD art. Very pretty. Very, very pretty stuff. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, a Rotting Christ and an Ozzy Osbourne cover. Holy shit. Looking forward to hearing those. Fun little personal fact about me. Rotting Christ was actually the very first black metal band that I ever got into. Like fully kind of black metal band. It was Rotting Christ. I used to tell people it was like Agalloch, but you know, with the mantle and Ashes Against the Grain and whatnot. But you know, everyone argues about whether Agalloch's a black metal band or a dark metal band or whatever. But yeah, Rotting Christ, man. It was a girl I was dating at the time, and we were riding around in her car. And she put on a Rotting Christ song, and I was like, holy fuck, what the hell is this? This rules. And she was like, oh yeah, this is Rotting Christ. So immediately hooked. And that was like way back when I was very first getting into metal. Just very first song I ever heard by them. I was blown away by them. And it wasn't even one of like their early album type shit. It was I think the song's called like Nemesic or something from oh god, what is the name of that album? It's like an album in like the midpoint of their career. Theogonia, I think is what it's called. But I love that album, and man, yeah, that's a great song. I loved it. It had like kind of Middle Eastern kind of sound to it with the kind of, I don't know if it's like an oboe or some shit that's going on playing in there. But yeah, man, that song really, really grabbed my attention, and just started listening to that album, and yeah, so that was pretty much my very first black metal album, was Theogonia by Rotting Christ. Yeah, Greek black metal. Post black metal. Before that was on. Yeah, I guess kind of post black metal. I don't know, dark metal, whatever. I don't know. Who cares? I don't really get all that caught up in subgenre labeling. It's only fun just for the sake of being fun, but I don't get all bent out of shape about it. Theogonia rules. Oh no, that's Theogonia and man, what's the album with the gargoyles? It's got the two gargoyles that are like facing each other on this black cover. It's like stone gargoyles. Those are my two favorite Rotting Christ albums. But yeah, I guess no one gives a shit about it. But I'm biased because it was my introduction to them. But those two are my favorites. You know, above albums like Thy Mighty Contract, and I mean those are great too. But I think Theogonia is absolutely great. So good. Yeah, Return to Form. I think so. Yeah, because they put that out. Then they came out with that Aolo something like years later after I got into them, and I was kind of disappointed with that one. And then they put out the one I'm talking about with the gargoyles on it, and it was like again another return to form for them. I thought, fucking love it. I have both of those on vinyl. As well as Non Servium. I have that one as well on vinyl. But yeah, Rotting Christ is absolutely amazing band. Yeah, Travis, if you've only listened to the first few, I highly recommend at least checking out those other two that I was talking about. The Theogonia and let me actually look it up since we've been talking about it. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to pull a brain smasher here and pull something up on Metallum right in the middle of a video or a stream just to see what AEALO, that one was kind of disappointing, but Theogonia, yep, here it is. So it's in like Greek, but it's got an English name, I know. Fuck. Katatan, I don't know. It's got an Englishified name on here, but Mentalum's not showing it. But it's the one that, like, at the top, it's like Katá, Daímona Eautoú, something. That one fucking rules. That, Antigonia. Yeah, there you go. You see it. Yep, Mighty Contract, Non-Servium. Those are phenomenal albums as well. Yep, absolutely. And I just bought a T-shirt through what is it? Cult Never Dies of the their latest Thy Mighty Contract T-shirt. Holy shit, man! They just did a version of that just fucking kills. It's got like all the it's kind of the same picture as what's on the album art of it with the three crosses on the Golgotha or whatever with the big goat head above it. But they do this totally badass reworking of it for this latest shirt of theirs. Fucking rules. So looking forward to getting that in the mail. Okay, let's do another album. God damn, I've been slow about getting through these. Oh man, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. This one's got some nice shipping packaging going on with it. Very well packaged. I don't know who it was that sent it, but looking good so far. Oh, let's see. Get that out of the way. What do we got here? Wow, man, you guys are going off in the chat. I really appreciate all that. I will definitely be reading back through all that after all this. Man, Eric, Travis, Marty, I'm so floored that you guys joined this. I really am. Like, you guys are so cool. And just the fact that you guys are in on this, like, chatting it up is so awesome. Oh, God. Okay, so this is the new reissue of the Black album. Not the Black album, like, the band is the Black. And not the one that you recently were talking about, Eric. Sorry. But this is the Priest of Satan is the name of the album. Yeah, the Black. But I don't think this is the one you were talking about, though. But I'm sure you're aware of this one as well. Yeah, hell yeah. Got this guy. Yeah, Priest of Satan. Got this one in the mail. And this is another one I really haven't listened to that much either, but I saw Brain Smasher just really raving about this when they reissued it through his Instagram, so I snatched it the fuck up through Osmos Production before I knew, because apparently 20 Buck Spin put it out as well, but I didn't know they were going to do that, so I bought it through Osmos, paid a little bit more for shipping, but I'm sure this is an absolutely phenomenal album. Just because I trust Ben's taste on things like this so much, and now Eric, you're talking about it here. CD and the tape, triple dip on the vinyl. Yeah, it smokes. Yeah. Yep. Oh, into Asherontis. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So, fun fact about Asherontis. I had their album. Oh fuck! What was it? The one that came out in 2015, whatever the fuck it was called. Part 2 or 3 or whatever of their reptilian bullshit trilogy that they were doing. Yeah, I had that album. I bought it on vinyl, and I thought it was cool. And then just like you, I found out about the Durströmer connection, and I said, "Fuck this shit." So I lifted it up. That was, pretty much the end of the road for that band for me. So yeah, posted it up for sale on Discogs. Someone bought it, and I brought it to work with me, left it in my car, and it melted in my car. So that's what happened to that album. I refunded the guy the money, didn't even send it to anyone. Just basically found out the band was a piece of shit. Yeah, whatever. Never gonna check anything more out from them, but it was a good album, but fuck those guys. But yeah, if you have a good album, don't leave it in direct sunlight in your car because it'll totally melt. which should be obvious, but whatever. Fuck it. I'm glad it happened to that album if it was going to happen to an album. Alright, what else do I have? Trying to buy grails. I've been thinking about trying to go on like a grail buying, you know, mode, I guess. But it's just so hard. So much stuff keeps popping up every goddamn day. I feel like I gotta spend at least $50. At least. On new stuff that's coming out. Reissues or new releases. But yeah, man, I really, really want to get... Man, there's so many. I want to get the actual old releases of the Judas Iscariot vinyl releases of... what is it? Embrace the Corpse's Bleeding. That's about a little over $100. Or Weakling. I really want to get that on vinyl. But goddamn, that's I think like $300 to $500 on Discogs. Oh, what are we talking about? Oh man, I missed a lot here in the chat. Just do it, Travis. Sorry. Oh, the split with Leviathan, Evil Witch House, blah blah. Oh, okay. Well, alright, so this next one up, I pre-ordered this one. This is the latest album by Evoken. Pre-ordered this one through Profound Lore. Funeral Doom Band, if you guys, I'm sure all three of you are, I feel like you guys are probably the only three people still watching this, but all three of you are intimately familiar with this band, I'm sure. Evoken. Don't know Evoken. Okay, Travis. Alright. Well, this is their latest, and I got it on this colored vinyl here. It's kind of green and black. Yep, I've only listened to this one a couple times, and I'm kind of new to Evoken as well. One Evoken album on CD. Okay, I'm kind of new to them as well. I've listened to this one a little bit. There are things I like and things I really don't like about it. But maybe with more listens, I'll like it more. One of the things I am not so into, Evoken, excellent stuff. Okay, we got someone here vouching for it. In some places, the vocals on here are kind of similar, at least to me. They remind me of what we were talking about earlier with Aaron John Gregory, his vocals for Karada. It kind of reminds me of kind of the stuff that he's doing with Karada, but whereas to me, with Karada, what Aaron's doing sounds authentic and just kind of natural. In here, it sounds kind of off-putting in a way. I don't know if that makes... If anyone who's listened to this would get what I'm saying with that. But I don't know, maybe I just need to listen to it more. But yeah, I know these guys are really highly regarded, well-renowned funeral doom band, so I'm going to spend some more time with it for sure. With that crawling doom death, I don't think it gets better than Catacombs. Okay, I'm not familiar with Catacombs. I'll have to check that out. Catacombs, I assume, is a band. Is there an album in particular I should look for, Eric? I'm trying to put this away. Oh, but I'm sure this Evoken album, I'm sure, is gonna wind up on, oh, they only have one record. Okay, awesome, that makes it easy. But yeah, I'm sure this album's gonna wind up on quite a few end of the year lists. I just gotta spend more time with it, which I doubt I'll get around to doing enough of before I make my end of year list for it to grow on me to that level, but who knows? Evoken. This is their latest one. And I do know, here's a little bit of interesting stuff about this album. I read an interview with, I think the vocalist, pretty sure it's the vocalist, it makes sense, from this band. And I guess, and it makes the album art make a little more sense as well. The concept behind this album is that it's from the perspective of a soldier who was in a foreign land in war, and basically he's gotten kind of blown apart. And he's just laying on the ground, dying, and realizing that everything that he was told about this war was a complete fucking lie. So that's pretty fucking dark, and I'm into that aspect of where they're coming from on this album. So yeah, apparently. So I definitely do need to listen to it more. Maybe I'll absolutely love it eventually. We'll see. It's I've only given it some cursory listens while I was doing other things, but yeah. New Psy this Friday. I'm not familiar with Psy, Travis. Alright, let's see. Next up. Hey, should we maybe do one of these CDs or record or cassettes or whatever I have over here. Here's a CD or something. Oh man, is Marty still in here? I don't even know. I really appreciate all you guys who did come in for this. It's going pretty long already, I think, but I will be talking about Psy very soon in a video. Oh, great. Awesome. Oh, yeah. Well, the name does sound a little familiar. Oh, great, Marty. Awesome. Thanks. Awesome. Oh, cool. All right, so here's one of the CDs I have here. If you guys are familiar with this project here, this is I'm not quite sure how you pronounce this band. Petrichor, name of the band. Oh god, Digipack CD here. This is, I think, 2 albums by this band. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah. So this is Apocalyptic Witchcraft, and also Macrocosmos, which this was an EP, and this is the one I've listened to. I haven't even checked out this album at all, but I've listened to this one 4 or 5 times or so, and this album is really great. So I need to check out this, but this is like kind of the oh, what's going on here? Yeah, this album's kind of that Cascadian black metal kind of style with quite a bit of kind of folk mixed in. You guys are all probably familiar with this. I don't know. A lot of acoustic passages. Yeah, if you're into, the kind of stuff that comes out generally on Bindrune or it's reconnecting. Yeah, the Cascadian sound in general, or the Ulvasang album. I think you might be into this. Definitely check it out. At least the Apocalyptic Witchcraft side of it. Like I said, I still have to check this one out. New Rune Magic. Yeah, I still haven't ever checked out Rune Magic. But that's that. I don't know. It looked like we had some buffering issues there. But Petrichor, they're, I think it's a one-man project from here in California. So check it out. Pretty cool stuff. Alright, let's see what's up. On to another record. And here's the biggest box so far. So let's see what's in here. The new Master's Hammer. I have not checked that out. Apparently, I've been fucking up. I don't know this one either, but I like... Oh, yeah, no, Travis, I actually meant to say I think there's... you especially should check that one out. The one I just showed, the Petrichor. Especially the, like I said, this side of it, because that's the only one I really listened to. But the Apocalyptic Witchcraft, I think you'll either really love this or just feel really indifferent about it. One of the two. Kind of like that, what was that, the Blood Branch or whatever band that you were kind of indifferent about. I feel like you'll either feel that way about this or you'll really fucking love it. I think it's better than that, but yeah. A lot of acoustic stuff, a lot of Cascadian type metal on there too. Nothing like super satanic or dark or scary, not that kind of black metal at all. But yeah. Good stuff. Alright, oh god, this one's got a shitload of packing peanuts in it. Oh, and that, again, that was a band that I found out about because of Ben, Brain Smasher, he recommended I check that one out. So, props to that guy. An endless source of riches. Oh gosh, okay. This is a cool album. This one came out this year. This is a 2018 release. Oh man. Wow, is this really all that's in this huge, massive box? No stickers, nothing. Just a bunch of packing peanuts and this one album. Which, hey, I guess, props to them. But yeah, look at that box. Damn, okay. Okay, so this is the album by, I think you pronounce it, Raksu. Self-titled album. This is pretty cool stuff, man. This is more of this kind of scary sounding black metal. If you haven't listened to it, what's going on? Yeah, I got this. This came out on Nuclear War Now is what I ordered this from. Kind of. I feel like if you like Suffering Hour, you might like this. Suffering Hour. What else? Trying to think of some other things. Maybe even if you're into like Fanny Faxith, you might like this. But yeah, just that kind of nightmarish, dark, scary stuff. Really, really good. Really digging it. What are you guys saying here? Don't know blah 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 this one either, but I like the Cascadian. Blah blah blah. Faustcoven. Oh, okay, I haven't checked out the new Faustcoven. I actually didn't even realize they had a new one. Have any of you guys checked this one out, though? Or any of those other bands I mentioned? Suffering Hour, Fanny Faxith. Trying to think. Kind of, I guess even a little bit kind of like Nightbringer, this album is. Wow, this is hard to get to go in the sleeve. Alright, I'm just going to put it aside. And let's do whatever the hell is in here. In this little bag. Okay, yeah, check them out, Travis. Let me know what you think. Oh, wow. So, none of you guys are going to be in... Well, okay, Travis, you might be interested in this a little. Although I already know you're not really into this guy. But this is not a metal album. This is a hip-hop album that I bought on CD. This is Open Mike Eagle, which is actually the shirt I'm wearing. I saw him live here recently in Oakland. But this is Open Mike Eagle's latest one, his little EP. It's really good. I don't know if you're interested enough after hearing that last album that I convinced you to buy, Travis, even though it's not like hype beat hip hop like what you're into. Check this one out. It's pretty cool. I do like Brick Body Kid Still Daydream quite a bit better though so far. But yeah. Open Mike Eagle. Won't spend a whole lot of time on that since I know most of you guys are more into metal. So yeah. Okay, let's see what's up next. Wasted on me, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a shame. Real cool dude. But, to each their own. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. So this is from 20 Bucks Spin. This is the new album from Ulthar. Cosmovore, it's called. This is a pretty great album. I really have been digging this one. I've listened to it a few times. This has Justin Innes. He plays drums in here from, gosh, what all is he in? He's in Veil, Void Omnia. That's another one of his bands. He's in a few bands, and he puts on a lot of metal shows here in San Francisco and Oakland as well. But yeah, Justin Innes, and then also not Laurie Shanneman. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, the other guy. The other guy that does the Death Metal Dad podcast with Aesop Decker. My mind is blanking on me right now. But the guy from Bastem, he's in this. Shelby Lermo. He's in this as well. He does vocals and I think guitar, and then someone else. It's a 3-piece band. There's another member who also does vocals and maybe bass. But yeah, this is a pretty cool album. Yeah, Shelby Lermo. Yep, there you go. Listen to that one. I like it. Honestly, this year from 20 Bucks Spin, they've put out a lot of good albums, but nothing from them has really blown me away so far. Maybe I just need to listen to them more, but nothing has really blown me away so far like that Ominous Circle album did last year. Jesus Christ, that thing fucking rolled. So they put out a lot of good albums, but yeah, no, just nothing that's quite blown me away like that did. But yeah, beautiful fucking vinyl on this one though. And this is ranks right up there with at least with their Tomb Mold and the Ghastly album and the New Extremity, yeah, all that. Yeah, the New Extremity. I honestly so far I like their album before better than this new one. I like the new one, just like I like this, and you know this might grow on me more. The New Extremity might grow on me more as well. But yeah, the MLP or whatever the hell they called it, Extremely Fucking Dead. I liked that quite a bit more so far than their newest one. Although the drums on the newest one sound really, really good. Just the way they pop through and all the cymbals and shit that he's playing on there on the new album sounds fucking great. But I feel like the songs are just more distinctive. Yeah, I feel like the songs are just more distinctive and individualized, if that makes sense, on the EP. Each song is memorable and noticeable as its own thing, you know? There are things I really like about the new one. Like I said, the drums sound fucking incredible on the new album. And I like the horror sample shit they do at the beginning of the album and things like that. That's really cool. But yeah, it just kind of melds together a little too much to me so far. I don't know. Okay, so I think that's actually all the records. I have one more package here. I can't get into Extremity or Vastum. Okay, well, fair enough. Maybe check out the Cosmovore Ulthar stuff. Maybe don't. I don't know. But, you know, Extremity's just old school death metal. It's just fun for what it is. I think that first album is just perfect, though, for what they were trying to do. Yeah. And Vastum, I've mostly just listened to The Hole Below, a little bit of some of their other stuff, but I'm not super familiar with a lot of Vastum stuff. Necrot! Wow, so cool story about Necrot. So, as you know, living here in San Francisco just recently, I almost became roommates with the guitarist, Sonny. I forget his last name. Sonny of Necrot. I almost became roommates in Oakland with that guy a couple months ago. Man, that would have been fucking great. I actually could have been roommates with him regardless, but at first it was going to be a more permanent thing, and then he offered it as just like a few months thing, and I was like, I kind of passed up on it once it became just a few month long thing, but damn, that would have been so fucking cool. But yeah, Necrot's really cool. And I've seen them playing here live. Oh, I never listened to Vastum. What do we got here? Oh, alright. So this last thing, apparently we're buffering. Alright, so apparently we buffered there for a minute, so I don't know what all you guys missed about my Necrot roommate story. But if you guys didn't hear anything about my Necrot roommate story, I guess let me know and I'll go over that again. But otherwise, last thing I got in the mail. This is Ragana. This is one of their older albums. All's Lost. And I hadn't listened to this album until this year. I wasn't even aware of its existence. Okay, you heard the story. Great. Yeah, but this is Ragana. All's Lost. I fucking love this album. I love everything this band does. Yeah, I'm getting low. Yeah, probably so. But yeah, Ragana, All's Lost. This album fucking rules. Like I said, I love everything they do. And there's a song on here called 666. That's probably my favorite song on here. Just absolutely love it. I love how short and sweet they keep it. Yeah, a Hole Below fucking rules by Vastum. I still need to listen to some of their stuff before that, but that album's really great. But yeah, Ragana, All's Lost. Check out the song 666. Check out the entire album. I know they're about to actually reissue this on vinyl, so I'm gonna have to pick that up as well. You guys, I don't know how many of you guys are as into this band as I am. Let me see. Apparently it's asking me to approve another one of your comments, Eric. Took a shot of New Amsterdam. Shitty ass vodka. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one drinking tonight. That's all I can say. I'm off work tomorrow, so I can drink all the fuck that I want. I was planning on going into work tomorrow, but they told me to take the day off because I got my wisdom tooth removed, even though I'm clearly completely fine. But whatever. Yeah, All's Lost, Ragana, album rules. Listen to the song 666. It's just so perfect, man. That song is so good. Yeah. The way they build it up and the way they don't drag it out further, it just leaves you just really wanting more in the best possible way. Oh, man, it's so good. Alright, what are you guys saying? It was sold out. By the time I realized they had a new one, who? Who had a new one, Travis? Dun, dun, dun. That's pretty much all I had, I think. I gotta go through this massive pile over here that I have now of all those albums I just opened. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had as far as things to... Time to party. Yep. As far as things to show. If you guys have any questions, I don't know, about whatever, or if you want to talk about albums you've listened to, or suggestions, whatever. It's about, I guess, 8:20 over here, so it's still pretty early. Assassin's Creed, awesome. I don't know if I knew that you played video games, Eric, so that's super cool. Manila Road obsession for the better part of a year. Wow. Wow. I feel like at that point, it might be a little more than just simply an obsession. I feel like maybe at that point, it's like a long-term, lasting, lingering thing that might, stay with you. Even later on, once you stop listening to them, that's probably going to keep resonating with you in a special way. At least that's how stuff like that has worked for me. 2 years behind. Eric, I don't know about, if you ever played like old school video games, but let me know, did you ever play the old computer games, the Baldur's Gate video games on PC? Like not the like Diablo clone type PlayStation 2 loot type stuff, but like the really based on the, I think, 3.5 edition D&D rulebook PC games, the Baldur's Gate, not the Dark Alliance, but the Throne of Ball and Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Holy shit, man. Those games, wow. I've probably put more hours into those games in my life than anything else like that's ever come out. Except I don't know, maybe World of Warcraft at like the height of its thing, but Jesus Christ, man. Yes. Yes, Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights, Torment. Oh my god. Such classic, great timeless games. Fallout 1 and 2. Man, I still need to play Fallout. I have friends who were just super into Fallout. I played the what was it? Fallout 3 on the like the PlayStation 3 or whatever a little bit, but that's nothing like the games we're talking about. I really need to play Fallout 1 and 2. I'm sure they're great, but man, those games are so good. Good. All right. I'm glad you're at least familiar with them. Holy shit, I put so many hours into those games. And I played them like with all these different like mods and shit on there with different characters and the rogue rebalancing and all that. I don't know if you're familiar with all that, I'd be really surprised, but yeah. Fallout Tactics. Is that a game or are you just Fallout Tactics? I'm not familiar with that. New Vegas. I have New Vegas. I bought it on Steam back when it was on sale for like $5 years and years ago, but I haven't played it at all. I just need to settle down and actually do it. Yeah. Oh, Fallout Tactics was a standalone? Damn, that sounds cool. Same style as 1 and 2. Wow. Okay. I'll definitely check that out. Is it anything at all like Final Fantasy Tactics or like Tactics Ogre, like that style of game? Because I really love those. Oh, same style as 1 and 2. Okay. Oh my gosh. I feel like now we're just basically talking on the phone, but through like text. Okay. I'll check it out no matter. Been a long ass time. Alright, yeah. Well, I'll check it out. I tried to get Travis to check out Baldur's Gate, but he said he wasn't into it. Vandal Hearts. I never played it, but I'm pretty familiar with it. Actually, the guy whose house I'm over at right now, he had that game back when he lived across the street from me in Oklahoma. Yeah, damn it, Travis. Oh man. Yeah, he had that game way back then, and he was playing it, and it was one of those that I always wanted to get, but never got my hands on. Favorite tactics game? I don't know. I don't know how many like tactics games I've played, but I mean, Final Fantasy Tactics, the original one on the PlayStation, that shit was pretty fucking fantastic. At least I thought so back when I was like, an early teenager and was getting introduced to that whole genre. Jesus Christ. Oh, Chrono Trigger. Wow. Man, Chrono Trigger is so good. Oh my god. On Super Nintendo, that's gotta be a top 5 Super Nintendo RPG. A lot of people rank that as their number one. So we're shifting gears here, talking about video games here. Yeah, Chrono Trigger rules so much. So for me, Chrono Trigger might be my number 2 favorite Super Nintendo RPG. Right behind Super Mario RPG, which might make me sound like kind of a loser, I'm sure. But Super Mario RPG was my introduction to RPGs. I had never even heard of the term RPG until that game. And I went to, oh man, what did they call it back then? Maybe it was like a Hollywood Video or something, and I rented that game, and I remember thinking, why is this called like Mario RPG? What the hell is that? So that was like my entire introduction to a whole new world of obsessing.